Hello guys, welcome back to the KP show. We are here with the final episode of the IPL series. Now, the IPL final 2025 is in the books. RCB have defeated the Punjab Kings by 5 runs to clinch the trophy for the first time ever in their history. Took them 18 years. Finally, they are here and with the trophy. Of course, with this great news, there's also something unfortunate that has happened with the victory celebrations. I think there were around 11 people who have unfortunately lost their lives at the victory parade near the Chinnaswamy Stadium. We offer our sincerest condolences to the victims and their family members, and yeah, hope that something of this sort never happens again. But yeah, we have to proceed with the business, and the business is the review of the IPL final. And Pratik, I think without any further ado, let's just review what happened in the final. I mean, it was a toss that Punjab won. They opted to field first. In our preview for the final, also we had mentioned that winning the toss and chasing would be the key, unless the team batting first scores a massive total. I think that was supposed to be the case here. The pitch also looked quite solid, as was evident with the commentators Matthew Hayden and Matthew Clark all reckoning that 220-230 kind of a wicket this is, and that much score would be imperative for RCB to win. But what we saw in the game wasn't quite what we expected based on the pitch report as well. We will get down to it. But yeah, I'll let you take over to start off.
Yeah, so the pitch report was that it was an absolute belter from Michael Clark and Matthew Hayden to Australian stalwarts. So that was my view as well. Reason being, there was no rain around. So when there is no
Hmm.
rain around, the ball seems to come onto the bat slightly nicely, more nicely, as you can say, because what happens is when there is no rain around, there will be less moisture and there will be less movement of the deck. So it will be more kind of an even bounce and good for batting. So that was the case. Why they also predicted, I think it was not the same strip that was used for the qualifier 2 days back. Also on the qualifier 2, as you remember, there was a lot of rain before the first innings. So that also hampered batting in the first innings a bit. When it cooled down a lot more in the second innings, the ball started to stay down a lot. So that helped the team to chase. That is usually the behavior at Ahmedabad. The the conditions cool down and it becomes easier to bat in the second innings. So that's why uh, chase is often the better decision at the toss in Ahmedabad,
Yeah,
especially in night.
exactly. Exactly. And I think that is why the decision that happened at the toss was crucial, and still RCB managed to win, and you have to give them credit for that. I mean, they were against the run of play in a way, but they managed to overcome it and win the game. Yeah, after losing the toss, RCB I think had the lowest power play total, if I'm not wrong, in this season. They
56.
started off quite they started off quite slowly, uh, and that was also one indication to me. Actually, Phil Salt started in a blitzkrieg fashion, but he was out pretty early. I think from there on, I saw certain indications that the pitch wasn't the way we were expecting. No, of course, it was a good wicket to bat. It was a belter of a wicket, but that strip in between, like the short of a length balls, they were sticking, as was evident with Virat Kohli's dismissal. Virat got a 43 in the final, although not in that speed that RCB would have wanted to. Of course, the one in the end, so it definitely looks like a good knock. But I felt he was a bit slow in that innings, and his dismissal where he couldn't time the shot delivery. I think that was something where I saw and felt that maybe this pitch isn't what we are thinking, and towards the end, it turned out to be that way also. That
No,
and
not
there was one more
exactly.
dismissal.
I'd say not exactly. I don't think they batted really well. If you see the dismissals and if you see the way
Hmm.
Punjab Kings bowled, I think Punjab Kings were pretty spot on with their bowling plans in the last three games apart from that qualifier one against Mumbai, against RCB. They were pretty spot on in the three games, both against the two games against Mumbai and this game against RCB. So the plan was pretty sorted that they have to bowl into the wicket, cutters and slower balls so that they bring the side boundaries into play because Ahmedabad uh, has huge side boundaries. Like I think they
Exactly.
were playing
They made use of it
center
quite
wicket,
well.
center wicket, so it is like 67 on each side, which is quite big. So that is the reason, and Punjab bowled really well to their plans. It's not like RCB where it's not like the pitch was behaving badly or something. Like, see, everyone cannot be wrong, right? Means someone like a Matthew Hayden, then Michael Clark, Ravi Shastri, everyone cannot be wrong in reading the wicket. And batting, if they were, it seemed like they went into the you can say they went into the shell after the loss of Phil Salt. Even they were looking like Mayank was looking to maneuver the gaps. I mean, he was looking to play the singles, not he was not looking to hit the boundaries itself. So that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the major reason why they didn't look very attacking RCB while batting first in the power play. Then after that, once the spinners came into the picture, then Punjab, I mean, really grabbed the bull by the horns, and RCB was in a state of bother until and unless Livingston and Jitesh Sharma came in and put the foot on the gas.
Yeah. And I think it was Jitesh Sharma's innings that actually helped them win this game as well. 24 runs of 10 balls. He hit a couple of massive sixes. And from there on, actually, they went on to post a good total. And as I said, I thought differently in this match. When I saw Virat Kohli's wicket from there, I thought maybe 190, 195 could be a handful on this wicket. But I would also agree that they batted quite defensively, which was not a good approach. But Punjab also batted the same way. I mean,
Exactly.
they also weren't too positive. But yeah, we'll get to it. Let's also talk about the bowling department from Punjab. I think Jamieson was quite expensive. One of those overs went for a lot. What I felt with Jamieson was he was trying way too much instead of sticking to plan in that one particular over. He was trying too many. No, rather he was bowling very predictable. So
Yeah,
he was bowling in that. In the good length mark, and he was getting tonked for sixes. He was smashed for three sixes, I think, in that over, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, but the thing is, Jamieson I think got the three big wickets. Phil Salt,
Mm.
and after that Patidar, and then Livingston. I think that also helped them curtail the runs by at least by 15-20 runs.
Yeah,
If you see in that way.
yeah, that is
So that
absolutely
is
true.
when, but I think whatever, and Omar Zai had the time of his life. You can say he was so
You
good in
can
the final,
definitely say that.
and even Arshdeep I think went for just 3 or 4 runs in the final over. He got rid
Arshdeep
of
was
two
expensive
or
in his first three, but
uh,
he bowled the last over really well.
yeah, for 2 or 3 wickets also he got rid of Shefford and Bhuvi, and one more wicket I think also he got Krunal Pandya
Yeah,
I
he
think.
got three. Yeah,
So what I believe is they were pretty much good. The bowlers did exceptionally well to pair it up with kind of defensive approach, if you can say,
yeah.
from RCB.
And Vijay Kumar
Which
Vaishak was also phenomenal.
yeah, Vijay Kumar Vaishak also bowled well. Also
Yeah.
RCB,
I think
I
only
think RCB.
apart from UZ Chahal, I think all the Punjab bowlers did well. UZ Chahal also he went for only 37 of his four overs, but on that wicket, I thought UZ should have done a lot better, especially considering the result that we saw in the game with respect to the second innings, with the way how Krunal bowled. So,
Yeah, so I still don't feel that Punjab any bowler did a bad job. I think 190 was pretty
mm,
much chaseable on that wicket. When we
yeah,
come to
yeah, that
Punjab's
is for sure.
batting, we will get the glimpse of how badly they bottled the chase.
Yeah, yeah, and I think overall RCB would have definitely felt that they were under par going into the game, and I think that that's what most of us would have thought as well going in, right? And right, as I mentioned, they were too slow, but still they got to 190 at least thanks to that knock from Jitesh. Let's come down to Punjab's chase. Again, much like RCB, Punjab was also too slow. They were what 50 odd runs in their 6 overs, if I'm not wrong, or
That
was it
yeah,
43?
52
Yeah,
for
it was
1,
50, 52 per run. Yeah,
52 for 1. The problem with
yeah,
Punjab is Punjab. The best part about Punjab this year was the openers went hard in the first six. That was the best part. If you see all the games that they won, the openers went very hard in the first six. But this particular game, if you see, the openers went into the shell from the very first ball. They
exactly.
didn't even try to attack, and that was the case from the very first ball. And you could see that they were feeling the heat for some
And
reason.
even
Maybe it
and
was the
even the
first time that
50
they
odd.
were. Maybe it was
Hmm,
the first final in so many years, and first time for players like Priyansharya and Prab Simran. You can say all those things. But the problem was they deterred from their approach that was working for them and for the entire season. So that
exactly,
actually,
and the runs that they got also were of streaky boundaries. For example, Priyanji he hit Hazelwood for 2 boundaries. Both of them were edges behind the wicket. One was a
yeah,
decent shot, but yeah, these kind of what would you say? This kind of approach is actually what costed Punjab towards the end. Um, this and after the sixth over mark, I think we have to give credit to Hazelwood also the way he bowled in the power play. Him, Bhuvi, they were all extremely good. Even Yash Dayal was good. Uh, yeah,
Bhuvi was
after that,
spot on. Bhuvi was
yeah,
spot on in the power play as well. He was mixing it up
mm,
and didn't give that length to drive. Didn't give that
uh,
means like going for too much swing and giving those half volleys. I didn't try those things.
yeah,
Basically, RCB did what Mumbai Indians could not do. They cut off the boundaries.
mm,
They didn't go for a lot of wickets up front, but they made sure that we are not giving these people boundaries. That was the best part about RCB's bowling. And you will come to know, you will see that when we go through the middle phase.
exactly. I think after Priyansh Arya's dismissal, Josh Inglis he looked good, and as long as he was there, it looked like Punjab are very well in the chase. Uh, Prab Simran also struggled. He got a few boundaries, but then again, he was also dismissed. Then was the partnership between Shreyas Iyer and Josh Inglis, although that didn't last long. Only a few balls before Shreyas Iyer edged one to the keeper off of Romario Shepherd, no less. I think that is a shot that he would be extremely disappointed with. It was a nothing shot. The ball was going wide outside off, harmless. It wasn't. There was no foot movement in that shot. It was also quite similar to the way he got dismissed in the World Cup final. Although that ball was a lot closer to his body, here it was away from the body. All in all, apart from saying it was a poor shot, I don't have any other words for it.
I think Prab Simran also, if you see Prab Simran scored 26 of 22 or something, but he was dropped at 13 of 8. Of the eighth delivery, only he was dropped. So after that, he played 14 balls for just 13 runs. So
Yeah,
that kind of took the wind out of the sails for Punjab, if you see. Because
yeah,
Prab Simran, the best part about Prab Simran's batting was he used to get those boundaries in the power play. But this time it didn't happen. And that actually harmed Punjab a lot. If he would have got out in that drop catch, I think Josh Hazelwood first over, I think, then maybe it would have been a blessing in disguise for Punjab Kings. But it was kind of blessing in disguise for RCB in a way. And to talk about Shreyas Iyer's dismissal, I think all those narratives and all that, uh, it has to be him because if it was his game to finish, if you ask me, because if he stayed on the wicket for the till the end, RCB means there was no way that Punjab was going to lose that game. Shreyas batted so well at Ahmedabad in both the games that they played there, one against Mumbai and one against Gujarat in the first game of the
absolutely.
top. Scored a 97 and then again 87. So, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. Did come out that day, and again a very similar kind of a dismissal that Pat Cummins got of him in the World Cup final. But that was a peach of a delivery, you can say. Rahul it rises off the good length and just kisses the shoulder of your bat and goes to
It
the cricket.
hurried Shreyas Iyer actually.
Yeah, but this one was kind of nothing. It was a nothing shot.
Yeah,
Unfortunate, but yeah. Then
yeah,
after that, I think Punjab completely went into the shell. The inexperience kind of showed up. Nehal Vadera, I think he played so well this year, especially against the lefties, left arm orthodox spinners. That was his matchup, if you ask me. But that one Krunal Pandya over, where I think he got only a single, or Josh Inglis got a single, and Nehal played 5 dot balls. At one point, he was 2 of 8 balls. I think that was the killer. That over killed the game for
he
kind of
lost
in
his
favor of
confidence there,
RCB.
I felt.
I don't know what happened that day. I mean, if it, he always looked so positive, Nehal Vadera. If you see his whatever knocks he played for Mumbai Indians last year or the year prior to that, or this year as well, he looked so positive. But that night in the final, he completely went into the shell. He
Yeah,
he was not even looking to means it was something that happened with Tilak in that Lucknow game. He just could not get away.
yeah. I felt so. Here is a controversial thought that I had during the game. Also, I was thinking maybe after the Shreyas Iyer dismissal, I thought maybe injecting a Marcus Stoinis in this kind of a chase would have been interesting. Why? I tell you because I was seeing Josh English bat the way he did, and RCB bowlers they were bowling in the right area. They were bowling the short ball and slower that too. It wasn't a quick short ball. So to dispatch those kind of deliveries, and you had to get a six because the outfield was had slowed down. There was no dew. We saw a lot of the times the ball was just rolling, 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 and fielders were able to get to that. It wasn't racing off the turf like it usually does in Ahmedabad when the dew is on, right? So it wasn't the case that night, and actually we were extremely lucky in that regard also that there was no dew. Yeah, so I thought the best way there was to hit those short balls out to the out of the ground, right? And I felt it was more like a MCG wicket at that point of time because bowlers were bowling short and the boundaries are also significantly bigger than most grounds in India. There you would need somebody like an Australian, which you already had in your 11, which was Marcus Stoinis. He has the power, he has the ability to hit those short balls out of the ground. And when I was watching English bat, I saw that kind of template and I felt that would have been more successful. I mean, again, I
Eng-
understand why,
English English hit 3 sixes over cow corner. Two
yeah,
against
and
Shreyas
they were
Sharma,
short
one
balls.
off, and one against Krunal Pandya.
They were short balls too,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you see.
Correct. Exactly. So
So
that was the plot. I that you can say that was a good means it could have been a good case, but I believe that they went with the matchup, the left armor and
they,
the leg spinner against the lefty, and I
they
don't
went with
think
the
they were
matchup and
wrong.
also they went, no, they weren't wrong. They, yeah, that's what I was saying, right? This point that I made was more of a tactical thing that maybe I would have done because I saw the game that way. But I cannot be sitting down here and criticizing them for sending Vadera because, like you said, matchup plus Vadera has been in phenomenal touch in this IPL. So you would not expect him to just go out and absolutely, you know, go into his shell on in the final, right? It's not something that you think of. You generally think of things in a positive manner, right? So yeah, that's
Also,
what happened.
also, Vadera was a major reason, I believe, why Santner was not given the ball in the qualifier too. Because Santner was
Hmm.
bowling so well, they dropped a catch of him. I mean, misjudged Namandir on the cow corner boundary. After that, Santner didn't bowl. Maybe if Santner would have bowled 2 overs that day extra, maybe the result would have been different.
Absolutely, absolutely. So after that, the game was actually too tough for Punjab. They still had a chance, but it was almost gone because see, it's not easy to get those kind of runs when you don't have due on. So 3 overs, almost 50. The game is as good as gone from that point. Stoinis hit the first ball for a six. He was out in the very next ball. I thought maybe it could have been interesting had he been there at the crease. After that, it was all RCB. And in the last over, it was around 30 odd runs required. Shashank played a beautiful knock. He got those runs. He missed the first two balls, which was the game. After that, he hit Hazelwood for a few more sixes. He ended up 61 of, I guess, 30 with six sixes and three fours. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough for Punjab, and RCB clinched the game by 5 runs.
I mean, if you see these numbers closely, Nehal Vadera and Shreyas Iyer got 16 of 20 balls.
Hmm.
If that's if those 20 balls they could have got 30 instead of the 16, Punjab could have won with an over to spare. That was the game. It was that close.
Ba-
And it
Basically,
was
it
not
comes
that
down to
difficult.
Vadera.
It was not that
See, Shreyas
difficult.
Iyer played only two balls, so we won't
Yeah.
say much about it.
We
Basically, it
correct.
was just Vadera. He had to hit maybe one or two sixes in his innings. That is actually the game. But yeah, cricket is definitely a team sport, and you definitely wouldn't want to blame that on one individual. Anybody can have a bad game, and I think the only way for Nehal Vadera to go from here is upwards.
Yeah,
He,
definitely.
no doubt, he had a bad
Supreme,
final, but these
supremely
experiences matter.
talented,
Yeah,
supremely talented guy, and will go a long way, I believe.
yeah, yeah. And I think we have to praise the RCB bowlers the way they bowled. It was, I would say, a below par total. Maybe not
For
by
sure.
too much as others
At
felt.
least they were
Maybe,
at
maybe
least
not.
20 runs short. At least 20 runs short in that
I
inning.
felt they were 10 runs short, just below par. It was a fightable total. See, 190. Because you also have to consider other factors. If you look at purely the wicket, then I 100% agree with you. They were 20, what, maybe 25 runs short. But you have to consider the pressure of the final. You also have to consider the fact that the Punjab Kings were playing their first final in almost a decade. Of course, Shreyas Iyer and other guys have a lot of big match experience. Shreyas Iyer was the winning captain of the previous season of the IPL, and all those things matter. But you never know, right? With these big finals, and also the team gelling up together and playing those playoffs is a lot different than an ensemble cast together. Of course, that goes the same for RCB as well because they were also assembled together in this mega auction. It wasn't like they had this core of 7 8 players which was running in because it was mega auction. They had to they had to get a new team, right? Maybe a couple of players were there from the previous editions. But yeah, you have to consider all these factors, and considering them, I felt they were at par, maybe just below par. But yeah,
Yeah,
we have
yes,
to give
you
credit
can say
to
that.
RCB. They
Definitely.
have been the
I mean, Bhuvi showed his class that night. I mean, I don't think he barely bowled a bad ball. Apart from that one six that Stoinis hit of him, I don't think any ball was a bad ball from Bhuvi that night. Everything was in place for him. The slower balls, the cutters, the outswingers, everything was in place for Bhuvi that night. And Krunal Pandya, I
he
mean,
was
how
absolutely
good he was.
magnificent.
How good he
Player
was.
of the final. Player of the
I
final,
think,
only player to do so twice in IPL
yeah.
history.
No, I think Shane Watson will be having twice. Shane
Nah,
Watson
he
in
was in man
2008,
of
I
the
think.
match in the first. He wasn't man of the match.
Okay. Okay, Shane Watson was the man of the tournament. Man of the match was Yusuf Pathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can say that. I mean, Krunal Pandya bowled like too good. And that is the best part about them. Basically, Punjab Kings did the same things that they did against Mumbai Indians with the ball, and RCB didn't do the same things that Mumbai Indians did with the ball. And that was the difference. And that's why they won the game against
Yeah.
Punjab. They cut
Yep.
down those boundaries initially and made sure that even if they are not getting those wickets, they made sure that the scoreboard pressure keeps on mounting. That will produce the chances. But
Yeah.
I think that was very smart from RCB as well, from the planning perspective.
Yeah. And we have to give credit to the team management for this one because if we look at the last 5, 6 seasons of the IPL, they have been probably the most consistent team in reaching the playoffs. Yeah, CSK has won the tournament thrice. MI won the tournament twice, maybe not once because if we are considering from 2020. Um, yeah, 6 seasons they have made it to the playoffs almost every time from 2020, apart from the 2023 season. So it's a thought process that has been ongoing for quite some time now, and with the inclusion of new brains in that team, like Dinesh Karthik, for example. So that kind of elevated them, and now finally they've won the trophy, and I think they definitely have earned this one. Even if PBKs had won this tournament, then we would have said the same thing for them as well, because these are the two franchises that completely overhauled their squads. Uh, and achieved good results. I think we have to give them that credit, and they definitely have earned the way they played their cricket throughout the tournament was fantastic, and the final itself was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think there was anything wrong that went for RCB this year. I mean, everything fell into place. Only thing you can say that they could have expected some more runs from Liam Livingston throughout the season, which he came good in the final with those 24 and that brilliant catch of Josh Inglis. That catch was a very sharp catch uh, at long on. So
It
I
was a
think
game-defining
all in
catch
all,
at the end.
yeah, yeah. So all in all, I think RCB had a perfect season. You can say.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talking about perfect season, I think it's time for us to talk about the team of the season. Pratik, do you want to go first? Do you want to do one
Yeah,
by one, as in player by
yeah. We
player,
will.
or do you want to do it all at once and then I'll do it my team of the season?
No, what we can do is we can go position by position, like openers first and middle order, and that way, I believe.
Okay, then let's go for the openers. Who are your openers?
So my openers are. Uh, so I'll go with Sai Sudarshan first, given he's the orange cap winner and lefty, flamboyant, stylish, crafty. I don't know how many adjectives I can put in. So I think Sai Sudarshan is sure sort case. First selection from my side. And Sai actually played the field the best, I believe, in this season. I don't think he played a lot of power, means he showed a lot of power in his game, but that craftiness and that skill which he brought onto the table, I think it was immaculate from a 23, 24-year old. And to partner him, I have a toss up between a Phil Salt and a Josh Butler. Yeah, Josh Butler, I'm going. So Josh Butler also had a terrific season if you see. So these are my two choices, and whoever plays will keep the wickets as well. So
Hmm.
who are your choices? I'm saying Phil Salt
So,
because Phil Salt, if you see whatever games he played, he may not have played all the games, but he was extremely impactful with whatever runs he scored. Even if he scored a 15, the 15 came in like uh, 15 came in somewhat 5
25
6
balls.
balls. Yeah. So 403 runs at 176, I think it's too good. Too good to ignore. Also, one more case I had was Mitch Marsh. So I wanted an overseas opener just to blow out the game. Blow up. So that was my case. So
Yeah. So again, to the viewers, we also just want to reiterate the teams that we have picked. We have restricted it to 4 overseas players, as we have with every IPL team, right? Because those are the rules. And we have also had one impact player. And with these things in mind, let's move on to my team of the season. Now, I have made certain considerations that one, the player should have played in either that own position or maybe one position up or one position down. Like for example, Shreyas Iyer. He has played at 3, he has played at 4, he has played at 5. So I can keep him till 5, maybe even 6, but I cannot make Shreyas Iyer play at 7. So that kind of things. And let's say if I'm picking a Virat Kohli, he opened the innings, so he can bat at 3, but he cannot be picked for number 4 slot, right? So those are the assumptions that I have made. Not assumptions, you can say. I've kept those conditions. Now, with that in mind, for opening slot, I had almost 6 options for that. What are the 6 options? So I had Sai Sudarshan, who has what 759 runs at 54 strike rate 156, and I had Shubman Gill, 650 runs at strike rate 50. Sorry, 650 runs at average 50 and striking at 156. Kohli with 657 runs at 54.75, striking at 145. So now I've categorized these three into one category. Who would be our stable opener? I'm going in with one stable opener and one aggressive opener. So I was very tempted to go with Kohli because he's the one who won the trophy. He could have been my pick. The only reason why I haven't picked him is because of his performance in the playoffs. I was extremely disappointed with the way he batted in the final. Definitely, he had to bat a lot quicker there. Also, in the qualifier one, there wasn't too much pressure of the chase, but still he got out. For those reasons, I've deducted marks from him because as great a player as he is, I expect him to do well in tough games, but that didn't come from him. On the other hand, the knock that I saw from Sai Sudarshan in the eliminator was extremely good, and maybe based on that just one sort of knock, I wouldn't have been able to keep him out of the 11. That is why I went with him. Sai Sudarshan is my first opener, who would be the stable opener. And to pair up stability, you need explosiveness. Here I had three options. One, Phil Salt, for the reasons that you mentioned. He was very impactful whenever he played. Then the other options that I had was a lefty, Yashasvi Jaiswal, 559 runs at average of 43 and a strike rate of 160. And then the other option was Mitch Marsh, 627 runs at 48.23, a stunning average, I must say, for somebody who strikes at 164. So, out of these three options, it was very tough for me. I wouldn't have picked Jaiswal because, again, I also wanted an overseas opener to balance the side, although Jaiswal is extremely explosive. But the main reason was I wanted a lefty righty combination. So I went with Mitch Marsh because I felt he impressed me more, even more than Phil Salt, maybe, because he carried that Lucknow team on his back.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch Marsh did the heavy lifting, you can say, a lot more than any other. What about Abhishek Sharma? I think both of us missed him completely. I think Indian opener.
No, I saw that Abhishek Sharma. I think he had a strike rate of 193 or 194, something like that. But the problem with Abhishek is he has had maybe 3 good innings in this tournament. There was
but
not
with
much consistency from him.
but with that kind of a strike rate, you can't consider him to score go big every game. I think
I
the three
agree
games where he batted well, I think they won them comfortably. One against Punjab, one against no, one against LSG, and one more game. I think he played really well. But yeah, I think your case is also a valid case.
because see, I agree that he gives me that explosiveness. But see, out of the 360 odd runs, maybe 390 odd runs, I don't remember the exact numbers.
He has scored
180 of them
439.
came in just 2 innings. 439, okay. Out of that, almost 200 runs were scored in 2 innings. So I think it doesn't give me that kind of a vibe. Maybe it was a good season, that I can agree, but I don't think it warrants for a place in team of the season. I think you require a bit more consistency than that. Maybe compromise the strike rate by 10, 20 points, but give me those regular runs at the top. I think that would be the reason. Also, if you see Mitch Marsh's strike rate also fell because of that one innings against CSK, where he kind of struggled. So If you look at overall the campaign, more often than not, he provides me good starts, explosive starts. So that's why I went with him.
Mitch Marsh is striking at 164.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there is a toss-up between Phil Salt and Mitch Marsh, I believe. Who are you going to pick? Marsh or
I
Salt?
picked Marsh. I went with
Okay.
Marsh because the number of runs that he has scored. I mean, he has had one good season in IPL in so long, so long. So I just want
Okay.
to give that credit to him. And
So
maybe he didn't bowl this season. Maybe he can bowl a bit as well if needed.
the two openers that we pick are Mitch Marsh and Sai Sudarshan.
Sai Sudarshan.
Right.
And
Yeah.
for you, it was Salt and Sai
I also
Sudarshan.
go with no. We'll means yeah. I mean
Oh, sorry,
I also
you
agree to Mitch Marsh.
okay? Then let's do it this way. We have to give three 11s, one your 11, one my 11, and then one combined 11.
Okay. That
So
also
your 11 again towards the end, we'll just share these three 11s. Yeah. So yours till now is sorry, Phil Salt and Sai Sudarshan. Mine
yeah
is Mitch Marsh and Sai Sudarshan. Now, who's your
yeah.
number three?
Surya Kumar Yadav.
Number four and five?
Number four, I'll go with Shreyas Iyer. Number five, I'm tempted to pick number five. I need a lefty. You go first.
So my three, four, five. I think the five maybe I messed up a bit, but I went with Puran at three because he was also stunning. 524 runs at 43, striking at 196. The other option was Josh Butler, 538 runs at 60, striking at 163. It was extremely difficult for me to pick one out of these two because of my number four and number five, the picks that I have, even number six, I had to pick Puran because those three are right-handers. Even number seven is a right-hander for me. So I wanted that to balance out a bit. So that's why I picked Puran. Otherwise, Butler would have been an obvious choice here. Number four is Sky. Goes without saying. I mean, it will be ridiculous to even talk about his numbers. Definitely the best batter in this season for sure. And then I have picked Shreyas Iyer, who also will be the captain of my side. 600 plus runs, average above 50, striking at 175. There was no questions that he was not going to be part of this side.
Okay. So I also had Puran initially. So I'll also go with Puran. So that will kind of tweak a bit, means the 11 a bit. But Puran will bat at 5 for me, not at number 3. Because I want Surya
Okay,
to have a better entry point, means to play the maximum number of balls.
okay, makes
So
sense.
Surya for me, Surya will bat 3 in my team. So Shreyas bats 4 and the captain as well. Number 5, I'll go with Puran. Patidar could have made a good choice as a you can say a batter, but the problem is the sheer numbers don't work in his favor. The way he started, like the first 5 6 games, he was looking on fire, but after that, it all felt off suddenly for Rajat Patidar. Otherwise, the way he played spin or the way he plays spin, that could have been a major advantage in the middle overs for any team to have him. But it didn't quite work out for him this year apart from the initial few games.
Okay, let's go to number six. Maybe let's do it together because six, seven, eight is something which all of us would have it differently. And I think with respect to the Puran situation, I think Puran at five makes a lot more sense. So in our combined team, we'll go with the order that you picked. Okay.
Yeah, because
So the
Puran,
combined,
I think for Puran it doesn't matter the entry points and all. He can taunt it from ball one, slower one,
yeah,
whatever you bowl. If he is in his zone, only God can save you. He's that kind of a player.
yeah,
That good a player he
yeah,
is.
yeah. I agree with that. So that will be that. So six, seven, eight. Let's talk about six, seven, eight. Who do you have at six, seven, eight?
Number six is my Indian Maverick, always Hardik Pandya. I think Hardik, as a bowler, he bowled a lot in the first 5 or 6 games. After that Delhi game we won, I think he didn't bowl a lot, and that actually I mean, they didn't need him to bowl. You can say, you can make a case, but also I don't know what was the reason that he didn't bowl in that final qualifier as well, qualifier two. But Hardik, I think, picked 14 wickets in all, and as a batter also he came quite good. Apart from few games, I think the 2 games in Ahmedabad only, the 2 games in Ahmedabad, one against Gujarat Titans in the beginning of the year, and the one against um, Punjab Kings, the last game. I think apart from these 2 games, I think Hardik came really good with the bat whenever he got a chance. So I'll pick Hardik Pandya because I don't think anyone else did fulfill the role of that fast bowling all rounder this year, apart from Hardik.
So 7 and
Maybe
8. Who are your 7 and 8?
Marcus Stoinis bowled a bit at times, but he didn't get a chance to bat in most of the games. So I think Hardik Pandya is my number six for sure. Number seven and number eight, one will be Krunal Pandya, my spin bowling all rounder, you can say. And one designated hitter, if you ask me, then I I am very much tempted to pick Jitesh Sharma. I'm very much
Hmm.
tempted to pick Jitesh Sharma because you see the games that they won, especially the tougher games which they usually used to have back in the days.
Yeah,
Mumbai Indians away, they never won in 10 years. And Jitesh Sharma played like 20 balls, 44 or something in that game. Then 86 of 30, 33 or something in that Lucknow final group game. Then again in the final, 24 of 10. I think these kind of
yeah,
cameos and even that innings against Lucknow, I think Jitesh Sharma made a very good case for himself to be a part of the team of the year, as well as a very good case to come back into the Indian T20 setup back in T20
absolutely.
lineup.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah, yeah. So I think here we have reached a point that we completely agree with the picks that both of us have. My picks, I've made it slightly differently. Number 6 for me is Jitesh Sharma. Number 7 would be Hardik Pandya, and number 8 would be Krunal Pandya. So I just wanted to talk about a bit of the options that I had. So for the spot that I gave to Jitesh Sharma, there were three competitors. One of them, of course, Jitesh, who had 261 runs at 37 average with a strike rate of 176. The best strike rate of these three options that I had. Second one was Heinrich Klaasen, 487 at 44 average and a strike rate of 173. The other option was Shashank Singh, who scored 350 runs at an average of 50 with a strike rate of 154. Of these, I picked Jitesh Sharma because I mean I was biased. Uh, you can say I was mesmerized with the innings that he played against the Lucknow Super Giants. I think that was
Top knock.
once in a lifetime innings, and the match that secured his place in the team of the season was of course the final. 10 balls, 24 runs. That was the difference in the end. Why RCB are champions and why Punjab Kings are not the champions.
For sure.
So, because of this reason, Jitesh is my number 6. And with respect to Hardik, there was no other competitors. Maybe you can argue for a Vipraj Nigam, but again, he was one of the spin bowling all-rounders, so I didn't consider him for this slot. And there were no other seam bowling all-rounders available also. Ramandeep could have been an option, but he didn't do much this year. Naman is an option who batted better than Hardik, and he is the one who should have had this place, but he didn't bowl in this season. Maybe he did bowl, did he? Didn't he?
1 over in the eliminator.
Yeah, but not a decent enough sample size for team of the season. So that is why I went in with Hardik. And Hardik also by no means hasn't had a bad season. 224 runs at 25, strike rate of 164, 14 wickets, did the job. Maybe economy was on the higher side, 9.5, but
But
he
he's
he
the
was
fifth
there.
bowler. I mean, fifth bowler who plays seven
Yeah,
games at 1K day. I think that is considerable. 9.5 is fine, I believe. Fifth bowler.
absolutely. Absolutely. And Krunal. with 17 wickets, 8.2 economy is my number eight. Also, he did bat a bit as well. Won them that game against the Delhi
Delhi,
Capitals, if
Delhi,
I'm not wrong.
Delhi
So,
game.
in the
I think
combined team of
Kunal
the season,
Pandya. I think Kunal Pandya is a very weird stat. I think he has two fifties in his IPL career, and both of them are in, against Delhi Capitals. Once against in his debut season in 2016, I think in Vizag, and one this year against Delhi in Delhi.
yeah.
I don't
So
think he
in
has
our
another.
combined, uh, so in our combined 11, do you want to bat Jitesh higher or Hardik higher?
Ah, yeah, you can. I mean, the numbers say that Jitesh should bat higher, so we can agree that Jitesh should go up the order.
Cool. Cool. Now we
Jitesh
come to
had
the bowling department. Uh-huh. Go
uh,
ahead.
Jitesh had six, and Hardik had seven, and Krunal at eight.
Chronology. Yes,
Correct.
absolutely.
This works for me.
I think
Perfect.
I think your and my team are all completely similar, except the Puran position. And I think the one pick between you and me that varied was Marsh and Salt. Apart from that, I think we are pretty much on the same lines. And to our viewers, we didn't discuss these teams with each other before. It is just that we came up with the teams, and now we are we are discovering what we have picked. So. Yeah, if so many picks are same, then that means that obviously these players have been so good that they haven't been missed by either of us. So, coming to the bowling department, how many spinners did you have apart from Krunal? So, did you pick? We have four more slots, right? If you include the impact player, how many spinners and how many pacers in that for you?
I have three pacers and one spinner, one
One
best
spinner.
spinner.
Ah, man, I think we have picked the exact same team. Who's your lone spinner?
I am going with Noor Ahmed. I mean, Noor Ahmed
Yeah.
did have a very good season with CSK. I think he was the, you can say, the lone shining star for them in the first 10 games until Ayush Matre and a certain Dewald Braves propped up. So I think Noor Ahmed was brilliant and he will get better. I think even in the season preview, I have told that I watched him bowl in the SA T20 and how good he was throughout the season there. And it really, I think his skills were on display this season in IPL as well. And it's only going to get better and better with years to come. I think he's 22, 23 at max. So it's only going to get better for Noor Ahmed. Kuldeep Yadav had a very interesting case, but the problem with Kuldeep Yadav was after the first 7 games, he in the first 7 games, I think he had 12 wickets at an economy close to six. But after that, it all tapered off for him. In the last 7 or 6 games, whatever he played, I think he didn't get the wickets. Apart from that Mumbai game at Wankhede, where the pitch was assisting the spinners a lot. I don't think he got a lot of wickets. He went wicketless for like 3 or 4 games on the trot, and which I think
And what
hampered
you
release chances as well for the playoffs.
exactly what you mentioned about Kuldeep Yadav tapering off after the first seven games, exactly you can tie it to Delhi Capitals' fate this season,
Yeah,
along
I
with
think
his
that
form
that was a
there
major reason.
also.
That was a major reason, I believe, for Delhi Capitals. Kuldeep's form.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on. For me also, Noor Ahmed is the lone spinner for being so close to the purple cap, 24 wickets, economy 8.16. The other competitor that I had for Noor Ahmed was Varun Chakravarti, who also has 16 wickets. I think Varun
17,
has
I
a
guess.
much 17 wickets, sorry. Also, Varun, I think, has had a much better economy than Noor, but Noor had a better strike rate than Varun. Varun had a strike rate of 17, I guess. So averages maybe 2 wickets or 3 wickets per 2 games, whereas Noor averages 2 wickets per game almost. So that's why I went with the wicket taking option of Noor Ahmed. Even Burton is a wicket taker, not to say that he isn't. But yeah. After that, the three pacers, I think there will be no debate here. Do you have Prasid or not? I just want to know that.
Of course, he's my favorite.
So then there is no debate. I think the other two are Bumrah and Hazelwood.
Yeah, Hazel God nowadays, what they call him in Bangalore.
Yeah. No, but Bumrah is the better one, I would say. Man, Bumrah, Bumrah's economy is 6 point something this season, 6.6, I guess.
That
There
too,
cannot be,
after that too, he went for runs in the two games against Punjab Kings, 40 each in both the games. Otherwise, that could have been even less.
yeah, I mean, hey, there can be so many Hazel gods for I don't care. There is only one Bumrah, man. I don't think there is anybody better than him.
I think in white ball cricket, apart from Lasith Malinga and maybe Wakar Yunis in the past, I don't think anyone comes close to Jasprit Bumrah, the bowler he is.
Yeah. So who do you have as your impact player between the three? So I think
I'll
that
go
is the
with
only question that is
yeah,
left because the teams are exactly the same.
yeah. The impact player, I'll go with Prashit Krishna will be my impact player, and he will come in for the second opener, whoever. I mean, Sai Sudarshan will be subbed out for Prashit Krishna.
So that wraps it up, and I think we have the exact same 11. Uh, just a couple of tweaks here. Anyhow, let's just reiterate. So my 11 is this: Sai Sudarshan bats at the top along with Mitch Marsh, Pooran at number 3, Sky at 4, Iyer at 5, Jitesh at 6, Hardik 7, Krunal 8. Then the bowling constitutes of Noor, Bumrah, Hazelwood with Prasidh as impact sub. And Pratik, your 11 is Sai Sudarshan opening with Phil Salt, Sky at 3, Iyer 4, Pooran 5, Hardik at 6, Jitesh at 7, then Krunal at 8, Noor, Bumrah, Hazelwood, and Prasidh as your impact. And the combined 11 that we have is Sai Sudarshan opening with Mitch Marsh, Sky at 3, Iyer at 4, Pooran at 5, Jitesh 6, Hardik 7, then Krunal at 8, Noor, Bumrah, Hazelwood with Prasidh as the impact sub. So this is our uh, team of the season for IPL 2025. And I think that is it with respect to IPL 2025. I mean, do you have any closing comments for this before we
Yeah,
give one news to our audience?
no, I don't think I have any.
I think it's been a phenomenal season, and definitely the rightful winners won the trophy in the end. It wasn't a random team having just one good day at the office and taking the cup home. No, it wasn't the case. This time it was a hard-fought win for RCB. They planned well, they executed them well, and they have won this title. I mean, they should, of course, I don't want to say they should celebrate too much because unfortunate things have happened. But yeah, it is what it is. So moving on, the one good news that we had was the Indian captain, the former Indian captain, I should say now, uh, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame for his contributions to cricket. The winner of three ICC trophies for India, Champions Trophy 2013, World T20 in 2007, and of course the big one, 2011 World Cup back at home, with being the man of the match in the final. I think this man has given a lot to Indian cricket and definitely has rightfully earned his spot in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, it was long due for someone like MS Dhoni. I think he's the 11th player to be inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame amongst Indians. So, all in all, many congratulations to him.
Yeah, although IPL is not an ICC competition, but I don't think there is anybody in their active playing days who has been inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame, have they? Or haven't they? I don't think
Need
they have.
need to check. I have no clue. Need to check. I don't think so because they even inducted Sachin after a long time he retired. So
Yeah.
not sure.
But yeah, it's a very proud moment for all the Indian fans, and of course, MS Dhoni fans. I'm one of them. That MS has been inducted. So many congratulations to him and his family. I think this was also highly earned, I would say. So with that, there is one other thing. India A in England I think there is one worry for us. Jaiswal hasn't been in good touch, but there are certain other positives also with the likes of Karun getting some runs. KL Rahul got 100 in the practice games. So there's a lot
Karun got a
to
double
talk
hundred.
about there as well. Yeah, sorry, double hundred.
No, Karun got a double hundred. I'm saying
Yeah, and KL got 100.
KL got a hundred in the second game.
Dhruv Jurel also has been performing. He got a couple of 50s. And yeah, it looks quite a decent batting that we have, and it'll be very interesting to see the first 11 of the Test series. I think we'll get a glimpse in the practice game where India this time faces England Lions. So I think that game is on 14th, if I'm not wrong. We'll see. Definitely, we will be covering that game. Of course, we didn't cover the India A games quite extensively. But as we keep on discussing these small highlights with you guys, but when India plays England Lions, that is something that we will properly cover. Maybe not every day, but at least towards the end of the game, we will do a match review. So that's it from our side. Do you want to add anything else, Pratik?
Any comments for the Test Championship final starting on
Oh, I
11th?
absolutely forgot about that game. I guess we have to talk about that as well. I just want South Africa to win this one, man. It's been a long overdue for South Africa. Like we talked about RCB, right? They have been also one team which has been consistently doing well in the ICC tournaments of late, at least in white ball cricket. If you see, they were the finalists in 2024. They did decently well in the Champions Trophy. They were the semi-finalists in the 2023 World Cup. So and even in the 2021 World Cup, they were so close. They missed out on net run rate from the group stage itself. Of course, if you look at it that way, it looks like they were eliminated from the group stage, but it's not the case. They played really well. It was just unfortunate that they missed out on net run rate. So I felt they
In
have
both,
been
I
somebody
think
who
both the years they lost out
no
on net run rate. I think 21
in
and 22
2022
both the game.
22, I have no sympathy for them because they lost to Netherlands and then they got knocked out. So they definitely won't get my sympathy over that. But 2021 is something that is quite astonishing because they won 4 games out of 5 or something like that. Whatever it was the one, they only
Yeah,
lost one game. They
to
only lost
Australia.
one game
That too
to
also like
Australia and they
towards the
were
end
knocked
of
out.
the game they lost.
Yeah, so that's why for that tournament I have my sympathies with them. I feel they have been doing consistently well, and I mean it's going to be tough for them to beat Australia. Let's be honest, because Mitch Stark always creates trouble for them, but and Pat Cummins, of course. So will be difficult, but I will be Team South Africa definitely all the way in this final. What about you?
Yeah. Also,
You, I know
I
you
also
are
support South
Australian.
Africa.
You will
I,
be
I,
supporting
I,
Cummins. I know
uh,
that.
no, but South Africa, I think it is a long due, especially someone like Rabada. I mean,
Mm.
Rabada, Mark Ram, both of these guys, I mean, they are quite my favorites as well. So, yeah, South Africa can. And they have a genuinely good chance. I think they'll won two out of the last three games they played at Lords. Also, Australia
Hmm.
won the last one as well. I think Australia won both the games at Lords as well in 2019 as well as 23 when they played the in the Ashes. So both the teams have very good numbers at Lords recently as well. So it will go. It is going to be a very uh, good match. Only problem I see with Australia is I'm not very sure about their batting order. How are they going to fit in Labuschagne and Cam Green? So who is going to open? I mean, is it Cam Green coming back from a long injury layoff, or is it going to be Labuschagne with Green batting at three? Because I see no good reason for them to push Steve Smith's number because he has been such good in such good form. But you never know;
I
things may
think
happen.
I think Green might not play, and I don't know. I think he might not play, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Cool. So that's all that we have from this video. Hope you like this one. If you like this video, consider subscribing to our channel. Share the video to your friends. Again, yeah, That's all that we have in this video. See you in the next one. Up until then, ciao.